Every day I get a lot of comments asking me to cover several projects on my channel, and I literally make videos for you. So in today's video, I'm going to pick 3 low cap gems that I've not covered on this channel before. Now these are projects that I find really interesting, and I really appreciate you guys bringing it to my radar as well. So if you'd like me to cover any project you're interested in, be sure to comment down below and I might just make a video like this one today. The first project on my list today is the Carbon browser. Now this is a close competitor to Mask, and a viewer commented that I should check it out. I did, and the project actually looks very interesting, offering a lot of functionality and utility to people that decide to use the browser. Although the tokenomics are not the best, 15% in circulation, I still think this is an interesting project, especially sitting at a market cap of just $3.1 million. Just like Mask, the Carbon browser is solving a lot of browsing issues using the blockchain. Carbon browser loads Web3 pages 3 times faster, saving 95% of user data. That's an interesting claim, and providing smooth browsing experience with weak connections, all while taking 56% less space on your devices compared to the competitors. So I will say I like projects that acknowledge the competition, because they are trying to let us know why we should pick them over the competition. If a project happily talks about the competition, then they will let us know their unique selling points, and this is a good thing to see. So interesting markets, you can find it on KuCoin, PancakeSwap, Gate.io, CoinX, BitSwap, and many more. So I like the fact that this project is easily accessible, it's a low cap gem, and they have a very good looking website offering these many features: a browser, VPN with wallets, staking, swap, and bridging. The Carbon browser definitely looks like an interesting project, and they have a product that you can actually start using now, which is a point I'll give it ahead of the Mask browser. The Mask browser is still in beta, but it does look very impressive. It looks good, and the team is constantly updating and putting out developments regularly. This browser, the Carbon browser, is actually something you can get started with right now, so I like to see that. That's a big plus on their side. I think this project has a lot of potential: BNB chain, Polygon pools, Beefy, Akash, good collaborations, and is a go-to browser for a lot of uses: browsing stats, favorite Web3 dApps, customizing bookmarks, and many more. You can also browse to earn. So the Carbon browser is certainly an interesting one. I think it's a low cap gem, honestly speaking, with 100% privacy, a Web3 ready browser. There's a lot of long-term potential. They've also got featured dApps. That's good to see. ChatGPT, OpenSea, SushiSwap, even Binance. So yeah, certainly a project worth looking into, and I think the fact that they bring up the competition is very good to see. So you can see here the comparison with Brave, Chrome, and Opera. There's a DVPN, which is free, a decentralized VPN, which is actually better than a regular VPN, because there's a risk with regular VPN, and that's authorities can't move to where the servers are located. VPNs are to give you new IP addresses so that you'll be able to access locations you normally can't. However, there's the possibility that those servers where they are located can get hacked or forced by governments or third-party institutions. So having a decentralized VPN is certainly a plus, and Mask browser, Carbon browser, all of these projects are integrating DVPN into their browsers, and I think that's good. They've got firewall and many other aspects to it. So yeah, I think this project definitely has a lot of potential, and is one that I'll be looking at closely in the long term. So we're going to take a quick look at their Twitter and see how active the team is on social media. And on their Twitter, you can see here that they are actually quite active. Regular updates. That's good to see. Over 15,000 CSIX holders. This is an interesting project worth paying attention to. Sensible tokenomics, 3% staking bonus, not all those outlandish claims of 1,000%. So I think that's interesting. I like that they are putting updates. Next week we'll announce something very good, and yeah, worth paying attention to the Carbon browser. And the next project I'm going to be covering is another low cap gem with powerful utility and in a sector that I'm bullish on, in a narrative I'm bullish on, and that's Chronotech. Now, this is the project that was brought up by one of my Patreon members, and I looked into this project, dedicated a lot of time to it, and it's definitely an interesting one that you should pay close attention to. So, Chronotech time has an interesting take. It's got a lot of unique approaches to several problems, and that's mainly HR, human resources on the blockchain. It provides a lot of solutions to companies in order to make them more efficient, especially in regards to how they pay their employees and how they interact with their employees. It also provides freelance opportunities, and that's something I'm bullish on within the crypto space. So Chronotech is an interesting project with a market cap of just $17 million. This is a project that is operating in a field with Hive, Lancera, the workspace on the blockchain, but this has a higher market cap. That tells you that they are doing something right, and I think it's very interesting what the project does and how they solve it. On their website, you'll see here that Chronotech is a blockchain HR software solution using the blockchain to streamline global access to work and payments. This project has a great idea and a good looking website. They've also got interoperability, partnerships with Polygon blockchain, Binance Smart Chain, and so on. On their website, you can see that this project believes that the blockchain technology is key to unlocking a new world of employment opportunities that anyone can access wherever they are in the world, and ensuring that they are paid fairly and promptly. This is a powerful use case for the blockchain, a borderless means of connecting workers and their employers, and I think this project has a very good approach to this problem. So Chronotech is definitely one that you should pay close attention to as well, and I'm glad that this project was brought on my radar. They've got good payment solutions and many more aspects to it that I think is worth paying attention to. This is also a project that is listed on interesting exchanges. You can get it on PancakeSwap, Coinbase, KuCoin, Gate.io, and so on. So the options are there, good accessibility, definitely one you should pay close attention to, and I'm grateful to you, S-Ready, for bringing up this project on my radar. And the third project is another one that was brought up in my Patreon, and that's DeFacto. And guys, if you notice, the Patreon is an intellectually stimulating environment. I like to have good conversations on how you can make the best gains in the crypto space. So not just buy alerts, not just the projects I like, the projects you also like, I like to pay close attention to, scrutinize it, do a lot of research on it with utmost priority. If you like to get in on that, consider joining my Patreon, links in the description. So DeFacto is another project that was brought up in the conversation on my Patreon on Telegram, and this is another good one. Market cap of $3.4 million and 26% circulating supply. I've said this before, I really wish the circulating supply was higher for this project, but the idea is good and the problem is tackling is also very admirable. I think SMEs, small and medium enterprises, need to be able to connect with markets that want to invest in them, and the traditional method that we have right now is a bit problematic. Most investors go for big companies, and they are trying to fund them when there's a need for reducing the wage gap and the funding gap that exists for the small companies. DeFacto is solving that problem. DeFacto is a platform that will be expediting the onboarding process for real-world assets in DeFi. So this is within the real-world asset narrative, something I'm bullish on. It is a bridge between decentralized finance and traditional businesses. Real-world assets can be turned into NFTs, which can be used to receive funding from vast amount of liquidity available in the crypto space. A very good summary of why the real world asset narrative is bullish. It opens up the market to a lot of people that would normally not have the chance to invest in companies, and DeFacto is a project that is solving that, especially catering to the little guys. I think DeFacto has a lot of potential. I like the fact that it's in the real world asset narrative. As the world is quickly becoming digital, DeFacto is helping to bridge the funding gap for small companies that need funding using the blockchain. The trade finance gap is currently at $1.5 trillion. DeFacto is providing an alternative source of finance to help close the funding gap, providing knowledge, simplifying the process, and making stable growth. I think this project is good, and I think it has a lot of long-term potential. If you'd like to see more why I'm bullish on the real world asset narrative, be sure to check out the video on the end screen. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you subscribe by now. Remember, if you'd like me to cover your project in a video like this one, then comment down below any other project or topic you'd like me to cover. Like, share, and I hope to see you next time. Stay safe and take care.